So you're just here for a short stint?
No, I live here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for right now. For the next few years, at least.
What are you doing?
I got gum in my pocket. It's stuck in me.
I like the idea of improv. No, I like the idea of improv, but it should be like some scripted.
You want to finish in 2 weeks and it's more planned. You know, that when you film, you know it's gonna be
That's
good.
the reason why I don't want a lot of planning. And what do you think about the John's presentation? What he wants to write about, which is you can't be an authentic being in the city, right? Even though, and that's a great way of contextualizing this film. Yeah. Right? Because we're always talking about, oh, is this the authentic John Mouse? Is it an acting John Mouse? And he is in the city. He is in the urban environment, right?
Right.
And so, in a way, we'd be capturing exactly what he's talking about. Do you agree with that, though?
No, I don't agree with it. I think that if he thought about it a little more, he wouldn't agree with it either. Someone like John Mouse can come along here and become someone who creates totally innovative things, even in the midst of a place that doesn't have a huge, avant-garde scene. Love is something that is always in a state of becoming. It's something that you can't. The only way you can define what love is from a transcendental perspective. Yeah. But I mean, I'm disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that love is indefinable.
What is definable? What is definable?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So love is no different from anything else in that way.
what were you saying on atheism?
Stuart never called me back.
I was saying that.
Call him. Oh, you called him.
I'm writing about
You're
it right
saying
now. I'm
that
writing
Zizek
about
likes
atheism.
Christianity because Christianity has more prohibitions than anything else.
You know, Nancy
And that's just a
Nancy has this.
Christian has
Oh.
No, what is though? I mean, like, it's just to say that.
'Cause Christianity
not that
has
you're
what?
saying that, but that obviously.
What is he
telling
saying?
you what Zizek says.
What does he say? What does he say?
He says that he likes Christianity because Christianity has many prohibitions.
That's precisely what he says.
I know that's what he
like the
says.
Empire
but I
is
think
But what he means, Bianca, is he compares them. Actually, he compares the Pope and the Dalai Lama in one passage, and says the Dalai Lama is obviously more commensurable with commercial capitalism and its permission to communicate and enjoy and respect one another, whereas something like the Pope's paternal authority is precisely what we've lost in capital. It's much more militant and rigorous.
Maybe you playing some
Where are you
keyboard
guys gonna
lines.
go? Where are you guys filming all this?
Waikiki. We're meeting in town at Waikiki in about 45 minutes. We have to pick up Stuart. He's gonna be filming.
God damn. That would make me so fucking sick if a centipede sunk its fangs into me.
It could probably bite you a lot. I mean, it's no more dirtier than like a bee stick or something.
it, that's bad.
If a fucking centipede sunk its fangs into me, I would so fucking... I don't know what I would do, man.
It tends to dissipate.
Do you want the
I can't even look at it. I put a box on a centipede one time, and I watched it strike at the box. I watched it fucking continually strike at the box like a fucking... Because the centipede had no brains to know better than to fucking strike at a box, Noah. The centipede had no brains to know better than to strike at a box. So I watched its dumb ass strike at the box over and over again, and it made me so sick to hear the sound and look at that fucking thing striking at the cardboard. And finally it got itself free of the box, and I fucking grabbed a bunch of phone books and threw them on the fucking thing and crushed it once and for all so that it couldn't sink its fangs again into a fucking baby's leg, into a fucking little infant's fatty little thigh. And then I saw John Friend at the Coffee Bean the next day, and I boasted to him that the centipede corpse was still outside the elevators on the first floor of Saunders, and he looked at me like I was fucking crazy. But what's wrong to boast in the killing of a centipede? There's nothing wrong with that. That's not insane. That's perfectly fucking unreasonable to boast in that. And he looked at me like I'm insane. And then coincidentally, that same day, I ran into him at Saunders as he was coming out of the elevator, and I pointed towards the centipede carcass. I said, "Look, man, there's the centipede carcass." And he looked at me like I was double crazy that time. Double crazy. The Dalai Lama himself says that you can fucking kill a mosquito. Shadow down here.
Yeah, I see it. Circular little bastard child.
I was looking at the tummy community again, and Homo Soccer. He's a big Badiou fan. He really likes what Badiou has to say about the state.
Early on, in Homo Soccer, he cites Badiou quite a bit.
But his idea that what the state is not a bond. It's not like this imagined community thing. How capital sustains itself is through reconfiguring itself, always revolutionizing itself around the eruption of the event, you know? There's all kinds of graveyards like this in Honolulu. You think they would relocate the graves, in the name of interest of capital?
They don't. Isn't that fucked up? Yeah. Capital is not absolute, It's always a social product.
No, but there's, you know, I bumbled a little bit in my presentation today, but I think there's a paper there with the idea of mortality in the city, like no space for mourning in the city, and then of course the fourfold idea.
Yeah, well that's Blanchot's The Unavailable Community. The Unavailable
I've
Community.
never read it. I tried to order it, but it's like $100.
That's where this
It's one
whole
of those
idea
out
of the
print.
community of singularities comes from.
It's originally from
It's
Blanchot. I would
Blanchot.
not even slightly be surprised.
And you
by
know what he
that.
says? He says the reason why there's no such thing as a total community where everyone's the same is because everyone's always dying. It's because of mortality.
Right.
So if everyone's constantly dying, that means the community is, regardless of what the predicate may be, you know, American or Bolivian or whatever, that community is constantly in a state is constantly in a mortal state. It's constantly dying. It's constantly, and therefore it's constantly in a state of becoming. It's also always constantly being born. There's new people coming and there's old people leaving.
You know, I saw how nice the Honolulu audience is.
They're very polite.
Yeah, they're really like giving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of it in terms of like relative to the Finnish audience. You know what I mean? Who just kind of like sit there with their hands folded, quietly watching You know, Wagner said that the size of the nose tells you how strong the hand is. Right, Jason? Bodies matter.